Well, good. Quick night for everybody. Thought it would be small. What I was trying to do.
I call this morning, I call to order this Board of Zoning and Building Appeals meeting. Can you please do roll call?
Kane,
Here.
Rotman,
Here.
Kimball,
Here.
Thibodeau,
Here.
Masterson,
Here.
members of the administration, Councilman Liaison Winkle, Chief Building Official Person,
Here.
Planning and Economic Development Director Lehman. Here.
Okay, I just need to make one change for the meetings, and that is that Chairman Masterson called the meeting to order. And with that correction, I would like to accept those into the meeting. Okay. Thank you. All right. Do we have a planning commission report?
We don't have one.
Okay, do we have any other reports or correspondence?
Correspondence.
Master plan update?
Yes. Crystal.
Next Ridgeville Ready Steering Committee meeting will be at LCCC on March 29th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And please go to ridgevilleready.com for news and future events.
Okay, thank you very much. We will move on to the public hearings.
First applicant, PPZ 2022-0157, Vance Auto Service and Tire Pros, 37775 Central Ridge Road, TPN 07000340000136. Applicant Browning Westville, agent 37775, property LLC, 3960 Summit Road, Norton, Ohio, 44203. Proposal consists of modifications of existing pole sign. Property is zone B-3, Highway Commercial District. Request a 17 square foot variance for the area of a pole sign. Code allows 15 square feet of changeable copy. Applicant shows 32 square feet. Section 1286.05 C1N. Note, existing 77 square foot pole sign is grandfathered.
Is there anybody here that'd like to speak on behalf of this application?
Sorry. Been a long day.
No.
I'm Jeremy Whiteville.
Okay, and can you give your address for the secretary?
Yeah, I'm with Vans 3960 Summit Road North.
Okay. I need to swear you in. Do you swear that statements you're about to make in front of this Board of Zoning and Building Appeals for the City of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalty of law
I do.
of perjury? Thank you. Tell us a little bit about your application this time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have, I think, a picture of our existing sign and then what we're proposing. So the code allows for 75 square feet if you are incorporating changeable copy into the sign, which we are. And it's been the policy of the building department to apply the code as the maximum is 15 square feet of changeable copy. So we want to stay within the realm of the total of 75 square feet and just shift some of the static portion into the changeable portion to have a 32 square foot changeable copy sign instead of 15 square feet.
Okay. What's your practical difficulty? We just wonder, you've changed your application. I did notice that, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
So you're still asking for relief from what the codes are, and I'm just asking what your
I
difficulty
mean, the
is.
difficulty is that 15 square feet is an impractical size for a changeable copy. It's almost ineffective. I mean, particularly in a speed limit, I think we're 40 or 45 miles per hour there. I've lost track, I'm sorry. I do have 20 location. And to have 15 square feet, just isn't, it's not useful. And you'll find as you go around North Ridgeville, almost nobody utilizes 15 square feet just because. So, I would say that, we have the difficulty of just trying to stay competitive in the marketplace and to be able to advertise on the fly, services, community events, just things to promote interest, to generate sales and whatnot. I mean, we're a business. I mean, we don't have sales, we're not digging around. And, signage, on-premise signage is a phenomenal, powerful advertising tool. So we just want, to have that extra square footage. Again, not making the sign overall any bigger than, total allowed. Just, ship how it's used.
Does anybody else have anything to ask questions? Any comments, concerns?
Yeah, comment.
Sure.
Just looking at the new revised plans, there's a lot of larger vehicles by the railroad tracks there come up. From the railroad tracks, all the larger cement trucks, and it's used where the sign's located, and they put two, it would not hamper their visual at all. Looking east or west on Center Ridge.
Correct, and it's set back and, and I mean, people pull up to the stop sign and, most people stop beyond the stop sign, which is not technically correct. I mean, you're supposed to stop, run in at the stop sign and then go forward to where you can see. But regardless of where you stop there, I mean, I had a sign business for 20 years. The 8'2", is ample for visibility.
One of the practical difficulties is you have a very unique lot. And what Vice Chair Thibodeau was trying to say is, you're trying to work within the parameters of having disadvantage of having a very small lot and putting the sign high so that you're not impeding view, which is
Right, I think the minimum is in the code is stated as 8 foot for pole signs, that you can't be below 8 foot. I think probably for that reason, I'm not sure, but the motivations were for that. But and also too, I brought up at the last meeting, coming from the east, the neighboring lot, it's a nice maturely landscaped lot too, and so you have that distraction of that, very mature tree line. And so that takes away from how much time you even have to process what you're seeing, coming up, whether it's, traffic that's going to turn or our sign or anything like that. Coming from the west, I think it's fairly clear. But then we also have that our building faces more northwest. So coming from the east, you don't really see our building. You don't see the building at all, actually, because the street, and you don't see the sign really at all, ever, going west. So, just trying to use that square footage to our advantage. Advertising, changing things. I mean, it's one thing to have, oh, that's vans. Okay, we found vans, and that's great and all, but being able to say, hey, we're running a special, General Tires or oil change, something like that. Just something to prompt interest or, go Cavs.
Anybody else have anything to say or add?
I have one question, if I can, Madam Chair.
Sure.
How often do you plan on changing the images on the sign?
I mean, what we plan, we use this type of sign in 3 other locations, and they're fairly new to us. You know, I've sold them for years, you know, to customers, being that I had a sign company. But it does take time, you know, to come up with a plan of what you're gonna advertise and whatnot. And we have really like 1.25 people that have time to really mess with it, Maria and Rebecca. And while I would say I would like to see them. You mean changing the actual content, or how often is the
Correct.
image going to change?
How often is the actual image content, however you want?
Gotcha.
You know,
Because they're two kind of separate things.
How often, if I'm looking at it, is it gonna be every 30 seconds, every 10 seconds, or every 10 minutes? Is something.
It's gonna vary. You can go in there and you can tell it to hold. You can tell it to hold some, everything different. You know, just based on how much you know, how much turning time you want.
Because I'm wondering, is this gonna be a? It's essentially, I mean, that's not, it's the same size. Piece of plywood. Is this a 4 foot by 8 foot
Correct.
TV that's gonna be changing graphics nonstop?
No, because most codes, and I believe your code states the same, that you can't have animation and moving images and stuff like that. So they're essentially going to be like, it's a slideshow, if you will. So it'll be a static image. And, you know, whether Maria and Rebecca say we want to keep it up there for 10 seconds or 30 seconds, I mean, I don't choose that. But it won't appear animated. I mean, we do the one in Parma and the one in East Akron. And they have similar codes of, you know, no animation, no live broadcast, you know, kind of thing. So it's just static images. You know. I don't know if I fully answered.
I think you answered to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
You don't know the answer, so.
Well, right, but yeah, just looking at, because I'll go in, I have access to the programming interface, and I go in there just out of curiosity and see what they've come up with. And of course, I go by these locations, you know, in my job description, and you know, see them, and you know, it's up there, and it's a blink of an eye, it changes. It's not, and your code might say the same too. Like it needs to be just blink of an eye kind of transition. It's not like spinning out and zipping in, you know, like the frame. Like, you know, that's how most municipalities handle it anymore. I won't say I agree with it, but they seem to think that it's distracting the driver and causes accidents. But, you know, the research doesn't support it. And I won't get into all that. But I think your code, you know, covers it with changes, you know, blink of an eye. I'm planning to hear that. It takes a lot more effort to create Las Vegas, you know, style stuff where you're showing TVs and, you know, I mean, not TVs, but, you know, like live looking stuff. And that's like a full-time job, content creation. So this is just going to be like a slideshow.
Anybody else have anything to ask?
And I mean, these are in use in North Ridgeville. You know, we're not the first person to put in a.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to have you on record saying that you weren't going to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
That was the basis of my question.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Does the administration have anything to add? No. Okay. Well, I appreciate you changing and coming back. So I will make a motion to accept. Please take roll.
Hank,
Yes.
Rutland,
Yes.
Mattson,
Yes.
Silvernail,
Yes.
Kimball.
Yes.
Application's been approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Hope you all have a good one. Get ready.
If there's nothing further, then I adjourn the meeting. Have a nice evening, everybody.